Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Satisfactory video. Today we're going to be looking at a iron factory that I've been working on for the past couple days, making it in Update 5. So if you don't know, Update 5 has added so many different building features to the game that allows us to really just be a lot more creative with our factories. And I really just want to show you the factories that I have been making. So we have our power factory, which I will do in another video. And I'm also doing our iron factory, which I just got done with today. So let's go through and let me show you the factory. So for me, the best way to experience the size of these factories is really taking off your hover pack and then really just walking around the factory. So that's what we're going to do. So our first entrance is here. We're using these sliding doors, which I absolutely love. I really use those all the time for any entrances into any of the factories at this point. So when you first walk in, you're really just going to see all the glossy floors. I'm using these a lot in this factory. And what you can see here is just some of the building and factory information. So here, to run this factory at 100% efficiency, we need 3,690 iron ore needed per minute to make everything run efficiently. We have over 200 constructors, and then 123 smelters, 42 assemblers, and with this we're making 210 reinforced iron plates. Now this factory is making reinforced iron plates is the main thing, but then we're also making plates, rods, and also screws. So almost anything at the start of a game is what we're making right now. So this first room here is actually screws. So here's where we're making all of the screws. And here's where I'm actually going to put on the jetpack and then fly around so you can get a better idea of layout. So here we're actually going to bring ores in from down low, which this isn't connected. And we're actually going to bring them in and then we're going to make, no, they shouldn't be connected. We're going to make screws. So obviously rods here and then convert those into screws. And then those will go up to the second floor. And this entire factory is 3 floors tall. So this is a very tall building. And then if we come up onto this platform, here we can see a lot of the new stuff that we have with Update 5 as well are the clearances. They have kind of let you run free with clearances with different items now. So we don't have to worry about interfering with any buildings or equipment with like our walkways. Those don't really matter. You can clip if you want. I always try to make everything as close as possible without clipping. But what this room is making are the reinforced iron plates. Now I did make a video on this layout, so I'm not going to go into it and showcase it too much on how these plates work and the layout, but this will make 10 reinforced iron plates per minute, so 5 for each assembler. And then you can actually see again we're 3 floors tall. We're going to take those reinforced iron plates and then bring them down into the sorting area below, which again we will get to. But all of these rooms look like this, so there are 3 rooms of this tall and there are 7 long. So and each one is a 6x6, so we're using a lot of space. And then in this room is here we're making our iron plates. So this entire run is just going to be making iron plates. And again, you can see that we have walkway here just so we can actually, from the walkway, we can see how our smelters are running once everything is fully connected. These factories are not fully up and running because once I make the train station to collect all the ores, then we'll go into actually making it all run. But everything is connected to make it run. It's just mainly adding power to it and then adding the ores itself, which I don't think will be an issue. All right, so that's pretty much what this is. We can see that we have our conveyor underneath the walkway, keeping it very, very simple. We can see that with these floor foundations that we're just keeping everything so clean with these new hole in the foundations, whatever they're called. But it's just keeping it so clean. Once again, seeing these doors, I'm using those everywhere. One thing I love is that with the offset of the door, with the railing, you can actually see here that I'm offsetting this walkway inside the room. But you can't tell with that because of this door. It covers up that gap, which I absolutely love. And you can't walk through it, which is even better. So being that I said this is 3 tall, you can see that we have all the ores coming in down low and going to their respective floors. So again, that's why we need so many ores coming in. So I'll just kind of fly down this entire run and we'll get onto the main floor itself. And let's put back on our blade runners and run a little bit faster. So again, seeing these new additions to the walkway and I forget what they call them, but like overlays onto the foundations looks so great. So when we get down to the other end, we come to the second entrance. So again, the same items that we showcase on the far side, we're showcasing here. So again, 3,690 iron ore needed per minute, over 200 constructors, 123 smelters, 42 assemblers, 210 reinforced plates a minute. We're showcasing here. along with the building information showcasing the signs. Here will take us down to the sorting area, which we'll get to. I don't want to showcase it yet. But then if we go up to the second floor, here's where things could become a little bit different on the left side, which was our right side on the way here. One, we are having a, what do they call that thing? I forget what they call it, but we have that to get coupons. So if we have any overflow, it will send that into there so we can actually gain coupons as we go. So here I'm going to put back on our hover pack. So here is the storage for all of the reinforced, or not reinforced, there's iron plates, iron rods, and screws. Here's where we have all the storage. So on the left, we're actually going to have, I believe the far left will be rods, middle will be screws, and then the far right will be our plates. So here you can see that we're using these frames to really make our conveyor kind of hung from the ceiling, running all the way down. You can see that we have a lot of storage containers, so it should hopefully take a long time for any of this to fill up. But then also we are going to export stuff from this factory into other factories as well. So here you can see that we're taking the screws from our second floor, which let's try to get down there. Second floor, we're making screws again, same layout as the first floor. And we're just going to bring those in and merge all of them together to make one smooth factory. So we're kind of back at where we started, but now if you go up to the third floor, kind of the same thing on the left side again, making our reinforced iron plates. Those are the same rooms all the way up and down. But here, we're actually on the right side now, making our rods. So you can see the layout's a little bit different because we don't need as many smelters, because with the plates, you need one smelter for every constructor to keep it at 100% efficiency. But with our smelters, you need 2 constructors to just run it more efficiently, because each one to make rods takes 15 per minute, which the smelters can produce 30. So obviously you cut that in half, and that's why we have less smelters compared to constructors, and it just works out nice and clean. And I love this view right here from this factory because it just looks so cool overlooking that entire swamp biome. Like, I feel like there's just so many good colors with this new glass. I love how clear it looks. I think it's just a great feature. And now we're back over on the far side again. And here, let me show you what the back of the building looks like, because the front of the building actually is a little bit more wide. Here, we're not as wide because we had to kind of watch out for the rocks on our left side. But here's what the factory looks like on the back side. Again, I think it looks so good. I just love how this factory looks. It took probably over 10 times of me restarting to find a design that I liked. And what we're going to do is fly back over to the far side, because while I do like coming down here, I like starting at the other end more because I feel like it gives you a better scale of the storage facility. Okay, so it is becoming nighttime, but we're back to the front of the building. So what we're going to do is go down, and we're going to start where the garage area is. So again, you can see the garage area. Very, very clean, very simple. We have enough room for 2 explorers or 3, even a tractor. The big tractors would be too big here, but we're not really using those to import anything because we're going to bring those in with conveyor belts from a train station. So that's why I'm not too worried about that. So here we're at the very lowest point of this map, or not of the map, but of the factory. And here we can see where we're bringing in all of the iron that we need, because if we go into this room, you can see that we need so much iron. I mean, you saw from that room that we need 3,600 iron. So what we're doing is just bringing all of that in from these different areas, but I try to keep it as clean as humanly possible. So really it's using all Mark IV belts because it actually exceeds the amount that we need, which allows us to then actually use some of the splitting to then feed into others. So that's kind of the idea here, is really just kind of, ooh, I need to connect that. Am I missing something? I think I'm missing one piece, so I'll need to fix that. But if we run all the way down, you can see that we're now at the other end of the factory where we have all of these storage containers that we will be using, which I realize I can't even get back there. Maybe I have to go up above. Which here's where we're going to be bringing in all of the iron from the train station. So that's when we get that hooked up. It's going to stay underground, and then we are just going to connect everything, and everything will start running right away. And you can see we're feeding all this conveyor. If we just ride it all the way down, you can see just how organized all of this is. We're using these beams to support conveyor. I think it looks really clean, but then we're also just at different elevations as well. So just kind of going all the way down to the other end, you can tell we're switching biomes with how the fog interacts. But then if we go over to the other side where we first started, again, I'm going to go all the way down to the other end where we started. You can see that here's where we started. On the left side is where we're going to actually bring in all of our reinforced iron plates to store those. So each one will showcase a total of 6 storage containers for each of the reinforced iron plate rooms. And then on the back side, you can see where we're bringing in the reinforced iron plates. So just a run of elevators running all the way down. I love how this looks. I can't wait to see how it looks when it's actually up and running, but it's looking so clean. And then pretty much it's just a continuation of all these rooms going all the way down until we'll just keep going. We get down because we had an elevation change because of some of the rocks that we were running into. So what we had to do was actually raise it up to get rid of these industrial storage containers. You can see that we're changing elevations here. So instead of having the industrial storage containers, we go down to these smaller ones, and then we just keep bringing these all the way down. And then when we actually need to get rid of these iron plates and take them to another factory, what we're going to do here is bring them out and come out this side, and then we'll take them to wherever we need. And that is the idea here. So one thing I almost forgot, I was actually just getting ready to end the video, was actually how we're going to get rid of all the excess iron ore that we have. So, and convert it into the awesome sink, because I believe on the awesome sink you can't just put ore into it. So what I'm doing is with any excess ore and overflow, we have this program splitter that will then tell it to come into here, where we will just make iron ingots. So we have, I believe, 5 or 6 smelters that will just convert all of the excess iron ore that we have, and then it will take it all the way down and into the awesome sink. So a lot of the items that we have, so for making plates, we have an overflow feature of that, which will take it into the awesome sink. Same thing for the screws, same thing for the iron plates. The only thing that we don't have it hooked up to are the excess reinforced iron plates, because I really don't think we're going to run into that issue. But yeah, this is the idea. This is the factory. I think it turned out extremely well. I can't wait to get iron hooked up to it and just see it running in full capacity, because this is going to be an amazing sight to see how it runs. And so far, these are the best factories I've ever built with this new Update 5 building features. If you got inspiration and you like this video, please like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel and it helps other people find the channel as well. So those likes and subscribes really do help the channel, guys. So if you do like these, please subscribe and share with your friends. And yeah, if you want to see the other videos of my other factories, like this power one, that will be coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you for watching, guys.